Have you ever just been chilling in GTA Online and suddenly reality breaks? We're diving deep into the most bizarre, unexpected, and ridiculous glitches that are still active in GTA Online today. From invisible body parts to floating RPG rockets, get ready to question everything you thought you knew about Los Santos. Beginning with the first very weird glitch, we're going to be starting at the very bottom of the map. So this is the exact location of it. Make sure you head just under the bridge, basically, a little bit right of LSIA, and it's going to be with this porta potty right here. At first you might think it's some ordinary porta potty that you can't really go inside of. Actually, we did just walk into it and it did push it a little bit, kind of spoiling what this glitch is. But basically, if you run into it with a vehicle or just use the up and atomizer like I'm gonna be doing, you're gonna notice something very weird when you get the actual porta potty out the way. And as you can see, a random like pixelated porta potty appears out of nowhere and you can run right through this thing. Honestly, one of the weirdest glitches I've ever seen in GTA Online. I'm literally inside of a pixelated, almost like Roblox or Minecraft made porta potty. This is like super untextured, and don't even ask me because I have no idea why there's an actual porta potty that we can get out the way, and if we move it out the way, we get this very weird untextured porta potty that you can go right through. It's honestly kind of a good hiding spot if you ask me, even though it's kind of a giveaway because they could probably see the actual porta potty. You know what, let's just push this thing in the water, and then they might be confused why there's a random like Roblox looking item in GTA Online, but at least they don't see the actual porta potty. So now there's no actual porta potty and we can literally just duck down a little bit, get inside of it, and not that bad of a hiding spot, even though we can see a little bit of our elbow there. Anyway, super weird glitch. Definitely try it out for yourself in GTA Online. Let's move on to the next one. That's going to be at Vespucci Beach. This is the exact location we're going to be going to. This is the body of water that we're talking about. So all you want to do is get your RPG out, and just to prove it to you guys, I'm going to regularly shoot it somewhere just so you can see that it's just a normal RPG. So let's take someone out with this thing. There's someone going for a run. Can we actually hit them mid-run? Okay, they actually dodged it pretty impressively. But anyway, you want to go relatively on the edge of this body of water. Make sure you go to the left side of it. And obviously, when you shoot an RPG at the ground, you're likely to take the easy way out. But honestly, if you do it here, you're going to get a floating RPG rocket, and then it's going to explode mid-air. There's the RPG rocket. Where did it just go? Okay, it was right there. I wasn't really focused enough on it. So let's go ahead and try it again. Let's make sure the RPG isn't exactly inside the water, so make sure we're still on the edge of this thing. It's honestly random how far it floats away from you. Sometimes it's really close and it actually takes you out, and sometimes it's just gonna explode midair far enough away from you. Let's shoot it. There you go, it's floating. Let's go. Oh my gosh, it actually flew pretty freaking far away from me and exploded partially in the water that time. But as you can see, super random how far it floats away from you. It's been working for so long, and it's honestly one of the randomest things, especially since if you do it in the regular ocean, it's just gonna explode regularly and take you out. This next one is a very interesting launch glitch. So you want to go over to the pier and you want to shoot this with the flare gun to get it off of it, or actually maybe with the up and atomizer. That might be a little bit easier. So you just want to get the top cover of it and make sure it's facing this exact side, so it's basically inside out. Then you want to get the flare gun, you want to stand on one side of it and then point at the other side of it with the flare gun, shoot it, and then it should launch you. I mean, we were kind of stuck under something right there, but that's a pretty good representation. Walk into it and flip it over yet again. All right, that is pretty much perfect. Like the floating rocket, it's basically going to be random how high up you go with this thing, but you just want to stand on one side, shoot the other side, and that was a pretty decent launch, I would say. Not bad. It's very random how high it actually goes. 3, 2, 1. And it's gonna launch us right in the water. So really easy launch glitch right there. Feel free to mess around with friends. Holy crap, that was actually one of the highest I've ever gone with these. It actually made us parachute as well. That's actually pretty insane. Let's move on to the next one that's also gonna be on the pier. Now everyone knows this location, the location that you probably drove past right into the water many times. It's a great trolling location, and there's something very weird when your character decides to go for a swim. So usually your character would normally dive in if you press X on the railing, but if you do it from the stairs, it's gonna give you the diving animation, but not actually go in the water. Your character is just going to be face planting. Sometimes it's a little hard to get, but as you can see, we completely missed it, got blocked by the railing, and then just face planted. So just press X or square on one of the last stairs here, and your character is not going to make it into the water. Not the greatest swimming slash diving ability by our GTA Online characters. Definitely a little mistake on Rockstar's end that our characters are doing the animation but not even getting in the water. This next one lets you stand underwater, and this might be one of the weirdest glitches in the history of GTA 5. What you want to do for this is get any relatively larger car. So for example, like an SUV right there, even though I just missed it. Actually, let's try it with a tornado because we're gonna do it either with the hood of the vehicle or a door, and the hood of this one is actually really big. You want to head over to the helipad area, which is going to be this exact place on the map, and you definitely want some weapon like the up and atomizer to get the hood of this car off. And honestly, we could use explosives as well. That's probably also a good idea. So I'm just gonna blow up this car, and then we're gonna need the hood of this thing. Give me the hood. Where's the hood at? That's the bumper. I don't need the bumper. Okay, the bumper's not coming off, so we're gonna challenge ourselves and use a relatively small door with this thing. And you want to get any type of weapon to push this door or hood of the car into the water. So basically, we're just gonna launch it in there. Wow, this thing goes far. Actually, probably better to do it with the Unholy Hellbringer, just so we run a little bit faster. So basically, all we want to do is push it in the water there. Wow, this is doing a really good job. It's actually very slippery. As it starts going in the water, you want to quickly stand on top of it, and then it's going to let you stand underwater on this thing as it's sliding down. And then we're just going to keep on standing on it. And as you can see, we are literally in the water. If I could actually go in first person real quick, we are underwater, standing somehow. No idea how this makes any sense, but one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in GTA Online. When I go in third person, it doesn't actually let me see anything, but first person is the way to go. Can I push myself into the water a little bit further? I'm scared to move because moving actually is probably gonna get you to start swimming, but we are completely standing right now. So as long as you're still on the door, you can move this thing. Definitely get a hood of a vehicle. And I guess we started swimming now because the door for some reason despawned. I don't know why, but you get the hang of that one. Super weird glitch right there. One of the most unusual things I've ever seen in GTA 5. Now, there's a couple of invisible body glitches in GTA Online, but by far the easiest one has to be this invisible arms glitch that you can literally do in less than a minute, I want to say. So go into the outfit section, Diamond Casino Heist all the way down to Refuse Collectors, and then equip the pickup outfit. So this first option, equip that, and then we're going to go over to the top section and go into Overcoat Blazers. So let's scroll down to this, and then as we hover over the no top option, it's literally going to give us completely invisible arms slash floating hands, however you want to interpret this glitch, but you can literally get this permanently and save it as an outfit if you want. So by far the easiest invisible body glitch in GTA Online, or invisible body part glitch. Definitely one of the weirder glitches in GTA Online. Let's move on to the next. This one's going to be another launch glitch, but it's going to be the opposite type of launch glitch from the last one that we did. So it's going to be with this red bridge on the bottom right corner of the city. And initially you do see this little net that should actually save you from falling down, but as you can see, we went right through it. If we try to go up into it, for some reason it is going to be solid. So that's one weird thing about it, but trust me, it gets weirder. So we're going to try to land on one of these pillars with our character. So this looks pretty good. I'm literally upside down right now. Yup, this might be the weirdest glitch ever. This net is honestly one of the most glitched things in the game. So I guess you can ride your oppressor upside down continuously on this thing right over the net right there, and instead of actually catching me like it's supposed to, it's gonna launch me into the ground even harder. We finally managed to land on one of these pillars, so all we're gonna do now is jump into it, and you're gonna see what happens instead of it catching us. So we're just gonna bounce into it, and as you can see, it launched me into the ground instead of saving me from actually falling. So not sure why it does that, but honestly one of the weirder glitches I've seen in this game. If you go into the Pacific Standard Bank, you're gonna see these two big chandeliers on top of you. You would think they would actually shatter if you try and shoot them, but nope, they are completely God mode, and they're just gonna be slowly swerving from side to side the more you shoot them. It's just gonna be a swinging chandelier party in this bank. They're not going to be shattering whatsoever. Not the most realistic thing I've ever seen in gaming. Oh wow, they actually collided. Anyway, now they're going to be going in circles. So the direction they're swinging and actually colliding is realistic, but not shattering is the unrealistic thing. Also, for the record, you cannot get the cops on you as long as you're shooting around in this bank. I don't know why it is, but for some reason, I'm not getting the cops on me whatsoever. If I go outside, I might actually get him called on me. I guess that's another glitch featured inside of a glitch. If you want to see more weird glitches, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel for more awesome videos like this. Click the video on screen now for some more awesome content. I hope you all enjoy that one, and peace.